Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Take It Personally, Babe, It Just Ain't Your Story. I'm DangerKitty, and we're about to find out what these 6 messages say. I feel like it's going to be something pretty important if the game is telling me to check it, so that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Between Kendall and Kira. Weren't you going to say something? Question mark. To Mr. Rook, you asshat. Oh, right. Let me figure out how to actually say it. Oh. Okay. Okay. She's still totally in love, in case anyone was wondering. This is... okay. I genuinely don't know what's going on here. This will be interesting. There we go. I should be caught up enough now. Not for lack of trying, I guess. I eat my lunch patiently, wondering if Akira is actually going to follow through on his plans to strike up a conversation. Mercifully, he eventually does. Hey, sir, I was wondering, have you ever read a novel called Digital Shinigami? It seems like it'd be up your alley. No, I don't think so. Who's it by? Eriko Yamazaki. I don't know if you've heard of her. Nope. Huh. Any relationship? Any relationship? I don't know. I fucked that sentence up. Any relationship? Is she some distant cousin of yours? Nah, my grandmother, actually. But she was a really big sci-fi writer in, like, the 1980s, and actually is kind of cool.
Wow, I never knew that. That's really cool.
For reals, bro. Also, it's a lot like some of the other stuff we were reading earlier this year. You don't say. I'll have to keep my eye out for it then. What's it about? Well, do you know what a Shinigami is normally? It's some kind of like a demon, isn't it? I'm gonna be totally wrong. I don't believe so, no. Lol, here's where Akira turns into the biggest weeaboo ever. I have absolutely no idea what she's just said, but Akira gives her the dirtiest look. WTF. Oh, right, I forgot I gave this person a voice. Weeaboo. I'm actually Japanese, you mad, Kendall? Haha, lol, remind me again where you were born. Probably Ontario, like everybody else. It's amazing by just how complicated and incomprehensive. Yeah, seriously, they don't speak English. Oh my god. STFU. We were having a conversation. Anyway. Kendall just smirks to herself, clearly having gotten in a very clever insult. If only I knew what the hell it was. See, let's go in here, it's not just me. Odd mounds. What was I talking about? Shinigami. Oh, right. Anyway, they're a sort of death spirit. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. I watched Death Note. I am familiar with death and Shinigami, kinda, sorta. Sometimes I carry your soul to the afterlife. Or if you die with regrets, if I try to put them right before you can move on. You know, stuff like that. They're not usually supposed to be that big on the haunting thing, but it happens. Huh, interesting. So it's kind of like the Grim Reaper. Sorta. Except you're more likely to get a cute girl in a yukata than a skeleton in a robe. Also, nobody actually believes in the Grim Reaper. Huh. Anyway, the book's about a sort of futuristic take on that. You know, modern death spirits, not to cope with technology, that sort of thing. It's totes rad. He keeps going on, but I get caught up in his original explanation. It sounds just a little bit too familiar. Ah ha ha! Interesting. So, it's... okay, if you missed it, I think it was an episode... It was in the last 2 episodes. We were walking home from work, and we were approached by a woman in a kimono-looking thing who referenced Isabella and kept asking why we didn't stop her. But we have no idea who the lady is or anything like that. It was unnerving. We went home. Couldn't stop thinking about it for the whole weekend. So... that's what they're talking about right now. I'll have to look that up then. It sounds, interesting. I make the motions to continuing conversation with it, but my mind is completely elsewhere. Tuesday night. Aha, messages. I was just talking to Nolan and between Taylor and Akira. As I'm sure you know, I hope you didn't think I'm being rude here since it's clearly none of my business, but there were some things about our conversation that jumped out at me and I really wanted him to be happy. It seemed like there were some things that he just wasn't quite sure how to bring up with you. I'm sorry, that's not too presumptuous of me, is it? I know I haven't been the nicest to you, I'm sorry. It really is just jealousy, and I'd like to apologize for that. Well, cool. Don't be a bitch. Oh, here we go. Maybe I can get him to listen to that reason. Maybe I need to start from the bottom and then go up. Nolan's wall. So everything's cool then. Let's see. Man, he's my boyfriend, and even still, I only get like every other word out of his mouth. Yeah. Maybe speak English. Like proper English. There's nothing more in life that I hate more than marking tests. Even when it's not that many at once, it's just an absolutely excruciating experience. That's what I've heard. The literacy level isn't as bad as some people like to exaggerate it to be, but somehow that doesn't help when you're evaluating answers like, the lady's problems were that marriage was necessary and Cesario's cross-dressing identity mistaken. I don't even know what that means. Okay, it's fine, bro. I know you don't really have it in for me. I did want to know what you two were talking about. I know things between you two are not so great. Yeah, everything's cool. What more is there to say? Oh, I was actually curious myself. What was the name of that book you were telling Mr. Rook about the other day? Digital Shinigami. Okay. Thank you, Taylor. I'm pretty sure that's not a sentence, and at least not in any language I speak. How the fuck do you even begin to mark something like that? How about you just put a giant red X through it and say you're retarded? They're not all that bad. Well, most of them are, actually. Charlotte's answers were at least comprehensible, but that's just because she's writing what I said in class. Verbatim in places. I ended up bumping everyone's marks up so much that the class average is a low 80. If everyone's having trouble, that means it's my fault. No need for them to suffer like that. Sigh. But it's not, though. It's not necessarily that you're fucking it up. It's that these people are busy sending messages in class the whole goddamn time. They haven't done anything productive the whole fucking year. Thank you. I didn't know you were into those types of stories. There's a lot you don't know about me, Kendall. She's into BDSM. Right, is it BDSM? Is that right? I can't remember. Yeah, because DSBM is, okay, that's a musical genre. BDSM is something else. Good. Let's see. Well, I was responsible for screwing things up between us. I wish I'd let him go sooner instead of just clinging onto him for selfish purposes. It was a very me thing to do. We just talked about him now, mostly. It sounded like you two were doing really well. Even if he's obviously not interested in you sexually, at least he finally has a friend again. I know he was feeling really desperate for one when he traded me in for you. Did he say that? Well, that's... She's stirring shit. He's a hard boy to coax things out of. Don't worry about it too much. If he didn't want to tell you, don't worry about it too much if he didn't want to tell you about that. You have to understand that he just tries very hard not to be vulnerable, except to the people he's the very closest to. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're still being a conniving little bitch. You're playing the nice girl card to go about it. That's one of those, oh, I'm sorry that you were offended type things. Not, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, okay. Fuck you, lady. Next morning. Okay, I'll be handing back your test at the end of the period. The class average was about 83, so good work, everyone. For the last unit before the independent study and exam review, I'm going to give you something much easier than the last few have been. Great. I'm really worried about this whole Taylor and Nolan thing. What do you think? I'd ask Kendall, but she just exaggerates everything. But should I be worried? I don't know. I wish I could help you, but this is a little out of my real understanding. I can't say I have any experience with either boys or straight girls. What do you think? Is there really cause for concern? Sleepy Kendall is sleepy. I know you're all exhausted. So now we're going to take a look at some short stories, specifically Edgar Allan Poe. It shouldn't take more than half an hour to read the first. Once you're all done, there's a couple questions that I'll put up on the board to answer, but they're all very straightforward. This isn't going to be strenuous. I let them go to reading. I didn't really have any intention of presenting this as being easy, but given the abysmal test scores, I think I need to restrain myself. They're all clearly struggling. As I copy out the easier questions I prepared last night, that's all I can think about. Maybe this just isn't my week. Is it? That should be a question. Oh, my week is... Never mind. God, I'm fucking dumb. Maybe it's just not their week. The class seems as stressed as I am. Well, I never did expect this to be an easy job. Preparatory period! No prep will be done, I'm sure. Let's check messages. Everything sucks. Shitty, everything is shitty. What's wrong, bro? Just have to bring myself to do something hard. Shit sucks. Oh, did we miss out on the messages before? I think we did, and I wish that we hadn't. Somehow when my prep period arrives, I finally find myself forced into the classroom again. I've got to talk to that teacher who keeps using the office for frivolous things with absolutely nothing to do. At least this time I don't feel bad about spending the entire time checking up on my students' AMI Connect pages. It's not like I have anything better to do. Although I certainly wonder what about the classes they're in right now. I'm pretty sure they should have better things to do. God damn it. Phone calls. At least I'm not the only one whose class they chat through. Somehow it makes me feel at least a little bit better knowing that. What does this say? Private conversation between Akira and Nolan. This is something I really wanted to say in person, but, well, couldn't. Sorry, you deserve better. I've been holding on to you selfishly. I like you so much, but I didn't realize that part of love means letting the person do what makes them truly happy. But you're straight. This can't work. I've been a shitty person for thinking it could, and getting in the way of you and Taylor for my own just for my own selfish whims. I'm sorry. Really sorry. You should go back with her, like you obviously want to. I fucked up, bro. Sorry. At least forgive me. I want you to be with who makes you happy. It'll be interesting to see if it comes back that Nolan is actually really into Akira. Only a little bit, though. I feel a little bit better, right? Only a little bit, though. There's not really much to feel great about. There's not really much to feel great about it. What? What the hell is going on here? Next morning. God damn, 6 messages. Okay. What the fuck? Did Taylor put you up to this? What's going on? Of course I like you. Where is this coming from? Never mind. I could see you're ignoring Amy. I'm coming over. Wrong your again. I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to be the character that's that fucking dumb or if it's the writer person. What's wrong with Akira? He seems absolutely awful, but I don't know what's up. And he won't say. Is he okay? No idea. He won't tell me either. I hope so, sis. I hope so. Just not like him. What the fuck? Stay away from my boyfriend, you crazy bitch. Yeah, seriously. Fuck you, Taylor. Quit stirring the shit. She's driving me nuts, and I'm not even one of the characters. My walk to school is quiet, as always. I'm really grateful that I'm not in the middle of a terribly busy neighborhood. I could just take quiet side streets all the way here. It was a great little montage of us walking up the stairs. I arrive as early as I normally should. No surprise, the classroom is empty. I get to clearing up my desk and getting my notes ready for class. Strangely, we are on the other side of the classroom. Here. Normally we're over by the TV. I've been there only for a few minutes when there's a knock on the door. Strange. It's open. That never happens. I turn to look as an unfamiliar woman walks in. Miss Yamazaki. Huh. Excuse me, are you Mr. Rook? The office told me I could find him here. That's me, John. But you have me at a disadvantage. What? Her temper seems short. Never mind. How can I help you? I'm Ichigo Yamazaki. I understand that you're my son's homeroom teacher. Oh, so you're Akira's mother. Yes, that's right. Maybe you can explain something to me then. Does this school not have a strict policy about bullying? Yeah, of course. Then maybe you can explain why my son immediately locked himself in his room when he got home last night. And maybe you can explain why I had to deal with his poor boyfriend knocking at our door in tears. Do you just not care about bullying when it's gay students? Is that it, Mr. Rook? Because I am certainly not paying tuition for teachers to be a homophobe. Whoa. No, please, calm down. She was about to accuse me of being homophobic? And I know that Akira broke up with Nolan, but what does that have to do with me? Nothing. This bitch is crazy. She's one of those stupid ladies that's like, my kid's got problems at school. Clearly it's not a problem with my kid and their stupid friends. It's a problem with the school. Blame them. My kid's not fucking stupid. They totally pay attention in class all the time and take notes. It's the teacher's fault they can't pass a single fucking test. Suck a dick, lady. Oh, wait, you can't. You're a lesbian. Actually, no, that insult works there. Okay, moving on. I had no idea. For what it's worth, I thought Akira and Nolan's relationship was extremely healthy and encouraged it. But I'm not responsible for them breaking up. It's hard for both, but that's just part of being a teenager.
It's out of my control.
Do you know why they broke up, Mr. Rook?
No, this is actually the first time I've heard of it.
I can think of at least God damn, speak English, you... My brain is just not functioning. I can think of at least one reason why, but I can't admit to that. She never said anything to him in front of me. She never told me about her messages. As far as I should know, it didn't happen. Then maybe you should be paying better attention. Akira showed me a series of harassing messages that this girl Taylor had sent. It's completely unacceptable. And yesterday, she cornered him at lunch to tell him that, quote, a fag like him could never make Nolan happy, unquote. And that he was being selfish for dating a straight boy. Can you imagine how hurtful that must have been? This is completely unacceptable. What are you going to do about this? She said what? Okay, that is most definitely grounds for dealing with her. I am as shocked as she seems to be. That's absolutely appalling. I never thought Taylor would stoop that low. That's far, far worse than I imagined. At least she was subtle in her messages, but
that's appalling. I can't believe she'd... Miss Yamazaki, you have my utmost assurance. She's not going to go without reprimand. It's not acceptable. I promise you, ma'am, I will straighten her out. We do have a strict anti-bullying policy, and I'm personally shocked and offended by her actions.
And that's the truth. I should hope so. I just want to make it perfectly clear. I don't want to be antagonistic.
Akira likes you and says you're a good teacher. But if I ever hear about her doing this to either my boy or Nolan again, then she'll be expelled. I'll see to it personally. It's not okay. That's the bottom line, Miss Yamazaki.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I have to get to work now, but I'll be keeping up. You seem decent enough. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances.
Me too.
She turns to leave. I don't know what the next question is. What question would I ask? Find out in the next episode! Thank you guys so much for tuning in. How much do you hate Taylor on a scale of 1 to 10? Because I'm at about a 15. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz if you're feeling like it. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.